PS4 emulation has begun. PS4 games might be coming to Switch. And Crash might be coming to Smash. That rhymes? Stay tuned, because this is REMulous roundUP. Alright, so it's your boy, and we are back with REMulous roundUP, the news show where I cover the news whenever the fuck I want to cover the news, because I'm too cool for school, but not too cool for schooled, because that's actually a decent show.
I watched that.
So we're gonna keep this shit moving. We already got a lot of shit to talk about today. Well, not a lot of shit, but we've got shit to talk about today. And we're kicking this off with PS4 emulation. Now, some people might be thinking, already? Like right now? Like, we just got that shit. And I thought the same thing. And I had to sit back and realize, damn, PS4's been out since like 2013. Almost 7 years at this point. It's actually surprising. I was in first year of uni when PS4 came out. And yeah, I was still a bit baffled that they were emulating. I was like, they should wait a while, like it's only just been a few years. Not realizing, you know, I had bought a PS4 Pro back in like 2016. Talk about a few years. But anyway, we're gonna get into this article. It says PlayStation 4 emulator for the PC, GPCS4. These names are really awesome. The PS3 emulator is called RPCS3 and this one's called GPCS4. Like, come on with better names. Boots and runs a commercial game for the first time. Alongside Orbital. Ooh, there's another one. GPCS4 is another PlayStation 4 emulator that's currently under development for the PC. And while both of them are at a really early stage, GPCS4 can finally boot a commercial game. However, and before getting too excited too late, this emulator is far from being able to run any game at acceptable frame. Well, this new obviously is going to be at that situation. According to its creator, GPCS4 can finally render a 2D image demo. Not even like video. Moreover, GPCS4 could boot the twin-stick shooter for PlayStation 4, We Are Doomed. Not only that, but the emulator can, wait for it, actually run the game. We Are Doomed is not playable. While the emulator can go in-game, it's not capable of running the game. It can also boot the PS4 version of Nier. You won't be able to play it, but you can boot there. Even RPCS3 is now like getting its footing, and you know, for a PS4 to be starting when RPCS3 is not even done yet, like, you know, it's gonna be a while. Don't be throwing away your PS4s just yet. Don't be selling your copies of Spider-Man PS4 just yet. You know, unless they port it. They really should port that shit to PC. I would buy. That's a game that I would actually buy again. I beat it on PS4 and I would buy it again on PC. You can go ahead and download the emulator. The only thing it can render is an image, and it can get to like the boot menu of a game. So no real reason to download it right now, but I guess this is the image of it running, GPCS4. No like icon yet or anything, but I mean, it's a start, you know, it's a start. A few years time, we'll be more pro. I don't think it'll take us long. I remember like oh, people used to make up some random shit like when we were kids, like PS3 will take 40 years to emulate because the architecture is weird. And I get that the architecture is not like some standard PC shit, but 40 years? Come on, like some ridiculous shit. PS3 emulation is moving really fast. Now PS4 emulation has begun. I imagine in a few years it's going to be at a decent place, you know, and PS3 emulation is going to be even higher as well. Plus, PS4 architecture is actually pretty similar to PC architecture, so I imagine this one being even less of a hassle than PS3, taking way less years to get to a decent level. Let's actually check out this Orbital emulator, see what's going on for that. Alright, so we got an article from March 19, 2019 saying Orbital PS4 emulator showing significant progress now with graphical output. Okay. Work in progress, it works for more than a year, so I've been working on it since 2018. Maybe even late 2017. But I mean, it's a start. It's a start. So in this video, it looks like they're booting the PS4 in safe mode. I think it's just amazing that some company can craft the console and some regular people can just sit there and just slowly crack how it functions and recreate it on PC. Like, just think about that. When you're playing a GameCube game on PC, it's like someone has actually recreated the whole GameCube and put it into software on a PC. A guy that didn't know how it was made because they weren't working for Nintendo. They actually had to sit there and reverse engineer it and like put it back together again. That's so fucking amazing, right? Man, I can't wait to play Spider-Man PS4 4K. 120 Hz, because by the time this emulator is done, that's where we'll be at. But anyway, on to the next article. We've got one by Push Squared. saying Sony exploring PS4 Remote play on Nintendo Switch portable DualShock controller? I mean, isn't a controller inherently portable? Like, if I've got my DualShock 4, I could take it with me. I mean, I guess I need a charger cable, that's about it. Are they gonna add wireless charging to new controllers? They should definitely do that. I mean, that sounds very convenient. Have like a wireless charging pad. Doesn't matter if it's a Nintendo controller, Sony, Microsoft, and you just charge everything on the pad. They need to do that. Shit, they better be doing that. Sony's doing some research into PlayStation 4's popular remote play feature. If you don't know what that is, it allows you to remotely play your PlayStation games on another device. Like, for example, I think the PS3 would allow you to play its games on a PlayStation Portable. Back when those were still hot shit. I remember those days, PSP gang! But point is, having PS3 level graphics on a PSP was kind of revolutionary because we didn't have Nintendo Switch back then. Back in my day, handhelds had separate versions of the same game because they couldn't graphically handle the main console versions. Now with the Switch, you're getting console level games on a handheld. This is insane. Like, it's different times for those of you young'uns who were born after like PSP and DS came out, you know, little history lesson from Daddy Rem. As part of a survey shared on Reddit, the manufacturer asked whether respondents would be interested in streaming their games to other devices like the Switch or Apple TV. Also asked users would be enticed by an offline version of remote play, though it doesn't elaborate on how this would actually work. I guess online would require the internet and offline would just be connecting directly to the console and not needing actual internet. Let's see this Reddit post though. So these are the kind of features that they were asking in this survey. Using remote play with the PS4 not connected to the internet, using it on a Switch, Apple TV, Android TV, hiding unused controls for the game to allow more screen real estate, a slim portable DualShock controller for portable gaming. I need to look more into that. PS1 and 2 games, yes please. Let's see this gallery. So these must be some kind of survey questions or something. Feature for low power mode to help control battery life of the rest. Ability to play PS4 remote play on more devices. So basically, Sony have a survey where they're asking questions about remote play, and they're asking you, yo, would you like to play on Apple TV, Android TV, Nintendo Switch maybe? And if a lot of people say that's, you know, very appealing or extremely appealing, then they'll go, oh shit, people want that shit. Let's contact Nintendo, and Nintendo will obviously allow it because then they can go, buy a Nintendo Switch. You can play PS4 games on that motherfucker. Like, isn't that gonna be hype as fuck? Obviously, you'd still need to be tethered to the PS4, like within range, I guess. So it's kind of like having a Wii U gamepad. Like, yeah, it's a Wii U gamepad. It's a bit portable, but if the Wii U is not on somewhere in the corner, that shit ain't gonna do shit. So, you know. Perhaps the most interesting of all is a reference to a smaller portable on-the-go DualShock, which would include a screen. How can it be smaller if it includes a screen? Like, where's the screen gonna go? It's just gonna have to be bigger to fit a screen on it, you know what I mean? It's gonna be like that Nvidia Shield, if you guys remember that shit. It's basically like a controller that connects to an Android like device, or it's part of it. I don't know if you can take the controller. I think it's built in, and it allows you to play basically Android games with an actual controller. Instead of, I mean, I guess you could just take a DualShock, connect it to your Galaxy S10 or other Android device, and it will do the same thing. But this puts it in a nice package, thus allowing you to have it more in a convenient package if you really like gaming on your phone for some reason. So it'll allow you to play your games in a more convenient Wii U-esque format, yeah. Because copying the Wii U is where we need to go if you want to succeed. They're all interesting ideas, and while they're unlikely to all be in active production, it's fascinating to learn a little bit more about where the Japanese giant's mindset is at. Well, obviously it's a survey, so they're gauging interest, and whichever has the most interest they will do. And I think if you're a Sony fan, you have a PlayStation 4 and you have a Switch, I don't think there'll be a reason why you wouldn't want to have remote play in a Switch. It's just an added benefit. You get to play those games on your Switch. I mean, of course, the Switch Joy-Cons are horrifically tiny, and you probably wouldn't have the best experience, and there's no analog triggers on the Switch, so I don't know how that would work, but I guess if they get enough interest in the survey, they'll find a way to make it work, just like Drake Bell did. Lame joke aside, yeah, I'm guessing most of these features will not get implemented. Hopefully we see the Switch one, but to be honest, I mean, now that PS4 emulation is happening, I might just do something else, you know what I mean? Because Alienware did a madness recently. Now this is just a concept, so it's not being released to the public right now, or maybe not ever, but they basically made a PC version of a Nintendo Switch. So this is an actual PC running Windows, and it has like the detachable Joy-Con kind of thing, D-pad, tiny buttons, because apparently everyone loves that. Essentially, if you had something like this, you could run anything that runs on PC on this. So old games from the 90s that are backwards compatible, you know, whatever, like Steam games, things like that. And Switch emulation is happening too. And while this version hasn't been released, someone's gonna make a version that releases. Now, I don't know if Nintendo's patent actually covers them for shit like this. Maybe it's the detachable Joy-Cons that are patented, but you can't patent a handheld PC. Like, those already exist. Like the GPD, I think Win is it that does that. So this is the GPD Win 2. I've been following this project since the first one. The second one has added some improvements. It's a handheld device the size of like a DS or a 3DS, which runs Windows and Windows games. Only reason why I wouldn't buy it is because given its size and its price, it's obviously not the most powerful thing. But I imagine 10 years from now, once, you know, GPUs get even more powerful, a device like this will be able to handle some serious gameage. Like, let's be real. And that's why I'm keeping an eye on it, even though I'm not ready to buy one just yet. I mean, I could probably buy one and play some early 2000s games. You know, some games from the early 2000s, late 90s that I would love to play on something like this. But I don't know if it's worth the money just yet. But man, it looks sexy. Man, I haven't seen it in a while. Have they improved the design? I must be used to the first one, because the first one didn't, yeah, the first one looked a bit more basic, you know what I mean? The second one really came through, shit. But yeah, the future of technology is looking really nice, because once we get these handheld PCs, like we went from, remember when laptops were like still considered like new? Like back in, I mean, obviously laptops existed for a while, but in the early 2000s, having a laptop, you just couldn't do the same shit that you could do on a desktop. They were so much more limited, like, they were nowhere near as powerful. Even the desktops were struggling to be powerful. And you with your laptop thought you were gonna game legitimately? Like, like back in like 02, 03, if you weren't blowing money on those laptops, they weren't gonna do shit. You were gonna use Microsoft Office and you were gonna like it. That was it. But now, handhelds are gonna be able to game. Like, handheld PCs are gonna be able to like run, I'm not gonna say AAA shit, obviously we're not there yet, but it's gonna be insane. Like, the future's looking good. Like 2030 is gonna be hype as fuck, aside from me being old by then, but you know, that's a topic for another day. And for the final piece of news, apparently Crash is coming to Smash. So according to this article, it says Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's next character could be Crash Bandicoot according to this leak. The next DLC pass could start with a Crash. What a lame pun. Not that I'm one to talk, but let's keep going. The next Smash Ultimate character may be another beloved platforming mascot from outside of Nintendo. After adding Banjo and Kazooie in September, which you can check out my reaction by the way, shameless plug, yep, it looks like Nintendo could kick off its second Fighters Pass with good old Crash Bandicoot. It's just a rumor for now, but it started from a source who is on a solid run of Smash related predictions recently. The leaker, an anonymous person going by Mandy Can on Twitter, first tweeted that Crash would come to the game after the first Fighters Pass concluded. So basically next. Crash comes directly after the first Challenger Pack, says the tweet from October 22. That's a while ago for you to be predicting that. It says they sent the tweet out after correctly predicting that Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses would be the final challenger of the first DLC season back in October of 2019, almost 2 months before Nintendo made it official. As you can see, the tweet is embedded here. Byleth is Fighter 5. I wonder how people reacted to it then. I don't have to wonder, I can just check. Oh god. But to be fair, it says betting on Smash Bros. Adding the main character of the latest big Fire Emblem game is pretty safe, since they've been doing a lot of that shit recently. But then they're saying this guy also predicted the date of the Direct, and they said Direct on Thursday, which was said on 13th January, which meant that the Direct would be on the 16th of January, which if you go to my channel and check the reactions I made to the Direct, the stream and the video, shameless plug, you can see that it's 16th January. So this guy clearly knows his stuff. So if the leak is right, we won't have to wait too much longer for the first word on Crash to Smash. I'm very happy for this, even though I barely play Smash, but even Sakurai said it in, I think, the last Direct, where he was basically like, Smash is more than just a fighting game, it's like a big, like, I've forgotten the exact words, but like, it's like a collaboration of so many different IPs that it's more like a movement. People care about Smash just because so many characters from different franchises are coming together in one game. And even if you're not the biggest fan of fighting games in general, that's something that cannot be understated. It cannot be undersold, you know? To have Mario, Sonic, Mega Man, Pac-Man in the same game, and now Byleth, so many iconic characters. I'm sorry. There was like a trend going on almost 2 years ago where people were like doing like lists of characters they wanted in Smash, and I did one on Twitter, of course. As you can see, I got picks like Ezio, which we need to get Ezio, by the way. They just added Altair as a Mii costume, so Ezio is also possible. Hopefully, we need that. White Bomber, because you know your boy grew up with that Bomberman. Number 4, Crash Bandicoot. You know, I wouldn't say I grew up on Crash heavily. Like I played like Wrath of Cortex as a kid and Nitro Kart, but it wasn't until like Insane Trilogy that I got into it and, you know, played and enjoyed the fuck out of that. And then of course Crash Team Racing, which I've also made videos on the channel. You can check those out. But yeah, I have a bit of unpopular opinion when it comes to Crash. I preferred Crash 1 to 2 and 3. You know, people are gonna hate me for that, but the point is Crash is a nice character, and you know he's got a lot of character. I know that was probably not the best choice of words. You know what I mean? He's got a lot of character, if that makes sense. And to have him in the game, the spin attack, slide, or however they implement it, definitely be a character that I'd want to learn how to play. I would definitely give that a go, even though I suck at Smash. But maybe I should do some Smash streams. If you guys want to see that, let me know, because I could, you know, really like maybe improve with the help of the chat, who kindly guide me and not, you know, mock me for sucking, of course, because the chat is so nice and wonderful. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today's REMulous roundup. Let me know what you guys thought about the news. Are you hyped for PS4 emulation and also the improvement on PS3 emulation? Are you looking forward to potentially seeing PS4 games on Switch? Do you want to see that? And are you looking forward to potentially seeing Crash in Smash? Do you believe the leaks? Which characters do you want to see in Super Smash Brothers? But yeah, make sure to like this video, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. More content coming soon to the channel. I've been experimenting a lot with this channel recently. So much different shit coming out. Make sure to check out my new series Rem Recaps, where I recap things. We did a recap on 2010's music. A lot of shameless plugs in this video, but just thanks in general for the support. Channel is moving at a decent pace. No viral videos yet, but we'll get there. 10k subs by the end of the year, hopefully. If we hit 10k subs, I'm launching the merch line, the Rem Gang merch line. So if you want that to happen, yeah, hit those sub buttons, boy. But it's your boy REMulous Rem Gang, and I'm out.